Welcome to another Derek Does. Today, we're going to do this. Hi, welcome back to another Derek Does. I'm Derek. If you're new here, please subscribe, like, comment, all that stuff. Check out one of my old videos. A lot of cool stuff over there. But today, I've got something pretty cool for you. This is something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. Vintage L.L.Bean. It's one of those brands that never really took off as a huge collector of things, not like Levi's and that sort of thing. But for me, L.L.Bean, now keep in mind, L.L.Bean in its day was fantastic. Everything was made in the USA. They invented this hunting boot. They did a lot of cool clothing. It's very similar to early Abercrombie and Fitch and Willis and Geiger. They were, although Willis and Geiger and Abercrombie and Fitch were higher up as terms to outdoor expedition wear and that sort of thing. L.L.Bean was more for the everyman type of stuff. And this is one of those items. This is what's called the Baxter State Parka. It's one of their flagship items. It came out in 1982, and I believe they made it up until probably like 2014 or something, but then they brought it back actually, and they are reproducing. It's so popular and so well loved that they're reproducing it. This is an original. This is not from 1982. This is probably from later 80s, but it's the fully lined version, and it has like a really nice, it's almost, I mean, it's wool on as a plaid, but it's almost like a wool flannel, this is a cotton, but if this was a wool flannel, it'd be very similar to this. So it's a, I won't say it's a lightweight jacket, it's a midweight jacket. It's not for super cold days. If you went with that, you would want to go with a parka. That would be a down or something along that nature. But it has a nylon on the outside. I think up until like 86 or 87, they started to do the nylon covers. And before that, it was a 60-40 mix. This is the L.L.Bean, and this is made in the USA. The model number is a 1363B. So if you know the exact year of that, if you actually have some old L.L.Bean catalogs, I don't. I grew up with, before the internet, there was catalogs, and that's where you would buy stuff like this. And so like 4 times a year, you would get the spring, summer, fall, and winter of the L.L.Bean, among others. And then they'd also have like a fishing one that was specifically for fishing, because again, it's outdoor stuff. And then they had a hunting one. So it was hunting stuff, fishing stuff, and like everyday stuff. And this is one of those everyday items. If you ever look at any sort of 1980s anything, you'll find some guy wearing one of these. And this was for men and women. They all wore these. This is actually, the color wise is fantastic. For me, I love this kind of beigey with the brown buffalo on the inside. Again, this is an extra large, and it's 100% nylon on the outside. It's 85 wool, nylon lined, and made in USA. Even the sleeves are lined with wool to about here, and then they're smooth with some sort of line. I don't know what that is, but it's a smooth nylon-y feel. But this is a really cool jacket. Again, these were and still are coveted by people in the know. It's not like a crazy fashion jacket. It's just a casual going out in bad weather. It's pretty much water resistant. It's warm to keep you on those cold days, and also kind of wind resistant also. And it has a hood with a drawstring. We'll put it on the hanger, and you can take all the close-ups. I'll do close-ups so you can take a look at that, but also put it on so you can see how it looks wearing. Again, this is an extra large. I would probably want to go with a large or a medium. So this might be a little bigger, but again, keep in mind, these are, if you're buying vintage, the new ones aren't going to be made in the USA, and they're going to be slightly different than the original. But if you find an original, if you're looking for one of these, if you like this, keep in mind that 1980 sizes are a little smaller than the adjusted sizes of today. So I would imagine actually this extra large will fit me fairly decent. It might be just a little big, but again, if I was going to be wearing a big sweater or something like that underneath it, that's probably what I'd want to do. But let's take a look. I'm going to put it on, and we'll see how it fits, and you can see just how it fits on a person. Again, I'm a 42 size, about 5'10", 155 in that range. So you're going to see how this looks on me with an extra large, and you can compare it if you're looking for one for yourself. So let's take a look. All right, well, here it is. I had to take off the plaid just so it didn't distract from the plaid of the jacket itself. This jacket is big on me, but it's not crazy big. You got your pockets. You got hand warmer pockets, so that's kind of nice. But you can see this is how it looks. It's a little big on me. I would probably want to go with a medium to large for sure, but this is what it looks like. So. And when it gets cold or the wind is going up, you got a hood. Probably the best way to describe it is it's cozy and feels comfortable. That's what this jacket is. It's a comfortable, cozy jacket. I mean, it's not, again, it's not flashy. It's kind of, you can blend in, but still, the jacket's 40 years old. So keep that in mind. It is a vintage, this is a vintage jacket, although it could easily pass for today. It just doesn't have all the smoothness and the textures and stuff of modern jackets where everything would be, you know, that smooth shininess that it all has. This is more subtle, kind of blend in. Let's take a look on the hanger. So here it is. You can see it's just a boxy jacket. It's a nice jacket though. I love the little bit of, even here, you know, it pops out. It's similar to Barracuda I showed you, where they just, you know, there's no reason you have to do the plaid on the outside, but it just looks nice. So it's buttoned here and here, and it has these nice L.L.Bean buttons, snaps, I should say. Now on the bottom, it does have, it's a dual zipper, so you have, so that's a really nice feature, and it's a nice thick YKK, as you can see there. Then on the inside, it's got the wool plaid all the way. Drawstrings here for the waist. You can pull those in. No inside pockets on this, but you do have two outside pockets with Velcro and Velcro, both sides. And then you also have interior, not an interior, but a exterior hand warmer pocket there. They even do a split, kind of a military, heart to a military or outdoor gear, where you can put extra size items in there. And here they even have it here too, where you can see it's not just flat, it's actually a wide pocket, which is really nice. The sleeves have the Velcro like pretty much everything has. And then I was saying before, when you come in here, the wool lining just goes, if we can squeeze in here, just to there. So you can see that. I mean, it's still lined, but it didn't have the wool. So it's about right to there. So you can still get your arms in and out, particularly if you have a sweater or something along that nature. One of the nice things back in the day, you know, they actually had little leather pulls there for the hood. And I'll show you a close-up of the tag in a minute. On the back, you can see there's the drawstring that we saw that's built in. And then back here, you have a zipper, kind of like a hunting that goes in. It only goes one way, but you have a zipper back here to pack a little lunch or whatever you want to do that you could put back there. Here's the hood is lined in the same wool as the body. And it's just a simple hood. There's no like super adjustments. It's only that one for the drawstring, which is built in there. Now here's the tag. And this is the L.L.Bean. You can tell it's from the 80s from that logo. And then you can see here, this is the 1363B model, and it's a size extra large, made in the USA still. Now pretty much all L.L.Bean stuff today is not made in the USA. Even their boots aren't, for the most part. I think they still make them, like certain models, but for the most part they're not. So they've kind of gone away, kind of like Abercrombie or Willis & Geiger, any of the outdoor outfitting companies out there. But in its day, L.L.Bean was pretty good. Actually, it was really good. Well, there you go. The L.L.Bean Baxter State Parka. L.L.Bean's been around since 1912, making great quality stuff. Probably up until the 2000s is when they started not making it in Freeport, Maine, where their headquarters are. But if you looking for something like this, they have a lot of different stuff. Check them out. They have a lot of cool outfits and jackets and outdoor gear stuff. And I'll probably do a couple more. I've got a kind of a, as I said, I've got a soft spot for L.L.Bean, the earlier stuff. So this is it. If you like it, check out. I've got a description. You can actually purchase this particular one because it's just too big for me. But I'll have it in the description in my eBay stores. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you on the next Derek Does. Thanks for watching.